The straight leg bent leg drill is used primarily by hurdlers and is designed to replicate the snappy lead leg followed by the quick trail leg necessary for effective hurdling. Whilst it's evidently not biomechanically identical to the optimal hurdling technique, it does allow the athlete to practice multiple key technique points associated with efficient hurdling within a short time frame. It can therefore be thought of as an effective way to increase the duration with which the athlete can practice the skill without the necessity for long recovery breaks associated with full run-throughs. Firstly, this drill requires the athlete to utilise a skipping strategy and therefore strike the ground with the forefoot similar to that observed in full speed running. The athlete is also required to strike the foot below the centre of mass, which is analogous to the optimal position seen in full speed straight line running. Furthermore, it's advantageous for the athlete to adopt a dorsiflex position of the trail leg's foot. This pre-cooked position is designed for that pre-activation of muscles of the lower leg and will aid in force production upon touchdown. In hurdling, it's important to bring the lead leg down as quick as possible after clearing the hurdle in order to start applying the ground reaction force necessary to drive the athlete forward towards the next hurdle. This drill is therefore designed to replicate the driving down of the lead leg in a forceful manner to both reduce the time spent in flight phase, but also with enough vertical and horizontal force to recover the horizontal velocity loss whilst clearing the hurdle. As you can see, especially in this example, over the first hurdle, the athlete is clearing the hurdle with a large distance between the foot, vertical distance between the foot and the hurdle, whereas by the second, third and fourth hurdle, there's a much smaller vertical gap, which means that they're more efficiently bringing their foot over the hurdle, reducing the time with which they're clearing the hurdle and producing a more optimal technique. This can be seen in analysis of the technique of a professional athlete, whereby the lead leg passes very close to the top of the hurdle. In much the same way as the lead leg is snapped down after the hurdle, it is important to bring the trail leg through as quickly as possible in order to accelerate towards the next hurdle. While in proper hurdling technique, the trail leg is abducted and internally rotated, with the shank parallel to the top of the hurdle. During this drill, the athlete is only having to flex and extend the hip and knee. This means that the athlete can bring the trail leg down a lot quicker during this drill than during proper hurdling technique. We can also observe that the trail leg knee position is very similar to that seen during full speed hurdling when the athlete has cleared the hurdle before their next stride. Subtle similarities can be seen between the arms during the drill and during proper hurdling technique. The arms alternate, with the opposite arm to the lead leg coming across the front of the athlete to counter the large rotational forces seen about the trunk. Whilst this drill is clearly applicable to hurdlers and probably sprinters alike, due to its low-level plyometric nature, it may also be implemented with either at slower speeds with either novice athletes or athletes of other sports to serve as a mobility drill. Furthermore to this, it may also help athletes develop a more effective reactive strength index. And obviously this might be used by advanced athletes in a warm-up as a tool to increase neural activation or in longitudinal training programs for the proliferation of type 2 muscle fibers.